future is here, progressive web apps. In this video, I'm going to be going over what progressive web apps are, how they benefit customers, businesses, and one thing that's always true about the mobile industry is it's always evolving, and that's what makes it one of the most exciting industries to be a part of. And what we're seeing now with progressive web applications is a true evolution of the mobile app that you are typically used to seeing, being ones that reside in the Apple App Store or the Google Play Store. So what is a progressive mobile app? A progressive mobile app or progressive web app is really a web technology that has emerged that allows native app capabilities to run through a mobile browser. So all of the app-like functionality that you're used to, such as push notifications, beautiful and amazing app-like navigations, ordering, loyalty, functionality that really makes people engage with powerful mobile solutions are now being driven over to the web. And that's what makes this technology so exciting, because it essentially combines the best of both worlds, meaning web and app together is probably the best way to think of it. It truly is a combination of web and app. And so when you think about it, what are the customer benefits? So like I said, a progressive web app combines the best of both worlds. So a mobile website is really great for customer discovery, and a mobile app is really great for customer retention. And the power of progressive web is it blends that into one solution where you can discover new customers and then keep them engaged with your progressive web application to retain them and keep them coming back as loyal customers. So really it's all about forgetting the argument of web versus app, in my opinion, because they have push notifications. You can install them to your home screen. They have amazing native app-like navigations. You can open up full screen, and to do this you simply save the icon to your home screen, open it up, and you'll have an app-like experience but without all the friction. So there's no download required, and this is especially important to note because let's say you're at a restaurant and you go to download a mobile application. If that mobile application is 30 to 50 megabytes and you have low connectivity on your cell phone, it could take you maybe 3 to 4 minutes to simply download the app. But with a progressive web app, you can essentially have access to a loyalty program or opt into push notifications for special offers within seconds rather than minutes. And that's really, really powerful. And to give you more of a visual of what the installation flow is for native apps in comparison to progressive apps is, with native apps, you have to load up the App Store, you find the app in the App Store, download and wait, and depending on your connectivity with your cell phone, it may not be the best, takes a while, then you install it, accept permissions, and then you use the app. Progressive web apps is you just click on a URL and it launches. And that's what makes this technology just so exciting and so powerful, because it takes all the benefits of native applications but reduces the friction to the point where you just click on a URL, and that's how you're able to access the powerful functionality that you are typically seeing in native applications today. So what are the business benefits? And there's quite a few. So one app across everything. So you can deliver a cohesive experience to all of your customers' devices. So this means no more testing on iPhones, Android devices, Windows phones. The experience will be exactly the same across every single device because it runs through the browser and not on the operating system. So if you've noticed, there's different animations and experiences for Android apps and iPhone apps. And I will say native applications do provide the best user experience possible, but that line is being blurred every single day with the advancements of progressive mobile applications. And when you build a progressive web application, it works seamlessly across all devices. So you don't have to test on Android, you don't have to test on iPhone, and the list goes on. Now, moving into the business benefits for progressive web apps is another one is they're easy to find. They can be indexed by search engines, so you can have new customers discovering any small business, but when they click into this Progressive Web App, they're seeing a really, really powerful app experience. They're not just seeing the typical mobile website that everyone is used to seeing, which doesn't really provide a lot of value to customers. It shows basic information, it shows a menu, but with a progressive web app, you're essentially providing that native utility in a website, which is incredible. And also, there's no downloading. So when you click the URL, you're instantly able to take advantage of all of the benefits of native applications, but without the hassle of the App Store. And on top of that, these are always up to date. So there's no updates needed. The app is always displayed in its most recent version. And what's so great about this is if you've updated any of your apps before, you know that it takes time. And with progressive web applications, what we're able to do is simply click a button and we can update all of your applications all at once with one single push of code. And what's great about that is as we continue to advance this technology, you'll be receiving improvements constantly, and there's nothing that you have to do. So for you, that's great because you don't have to necessarily spend as much time managing your current applications, and you could focus on new clients more because you won't have to be updating apps to have take advantage of our latest features or performance increase. We will be pushing those out instantly, and it goes across all of your applications all at once. And then in addition to that is self-publishing. So you have more freedom. There's no more app store, no more developer account, no more waiting, no more adding in features that you just don't want in your applications. And then you just have so much control over what you build. And you can work directly with your client and have an app with 2 features all the way up to 30. It's just a freedomless world where you can provide these native applications that perform just incredibly well, but without dealing with Apple or Google or waiting for them to review your app or potentially reject your app, or spending a few days waiting on us to upload the applications. You have full control over the publishing. And that's not only great for us, but that's great for you as well. And essentially it's just new app technology, but the same capabilities. And that's really the main takeaway, is it's the ability to access powerful features like push notifications and location services. So everything that really makes a native mobile application great is now being able to be done within a mobile web browser. And that is what is so powerful about this new technology, is it takes all of the headaches that you have to deal with in terms of native app development. And in addition to that, it's a better user experience for customers as well. They click a button, they access the app, and when it comes to marketing, that's typically a best practice. And the best example I can give is if you have a lead form and you add additional fields to the lead form, such as name, email address, phone number, for every extra piece of friction you add in, the less amount of people are going to fill out that form. And the same is true for mobile applications. And so by removing these barriers, by having someone go to the App Store, waiting for the app to download, installing it, accepting push notifications, you can give them a preview of what the application can offer to them instantly. And that right there will increase the conversions in terms of how many people accept your push notifications, or how many people actually save this to their home screen, because they actually have a chance to use it and make a decision on whether or not that they want to use this application. And that's just a marketing best practice, is you let them test out the application first, and then they can make a decision on whether or not they want to come back. And even if they don't save the app to the home screen, you can still send them a push note if they accept them, which will bring them back to the app as well. So progressive web apps in action. I'm going to go over just a few animations that I created that really just shows how we're bringing app functionality to the web. So you can see that all of this functionality truly is possible, such as push notifications. Currently, these are only available on Android, and we are waiting for iOS to release something called Service Worker. And that is currently stated as in development by Apple, and we have a good feeling that it's going to be released with iOS 11 or soon after that. And when that is released, that'll be a total game changer. That'll allow push notifications on iPhones. You can have prompts to save to home screen. And we're going to build this product to a point where you will not be able to tell the difference between a progressive web app and a native application, because it just has so much potential. In this case, you can just text the app to a friend, and again, instead of having them, maybe look at the screenshots or decide if they want to use the app, they just click a button and then instantly they have access to all of the functionality that this progressive web app offers. And then, like I mentioned earlier, so one of the main things that people love about native applications are push notifications and the ability to access it through an icon on their home screen. It's always accessible, it's always there, and progressive web applications have that technology where you can save it to your home screen and access it at any time. And on top of that, it also updates in the background as well. So anytime we make changes or anytime you adjust your content, we'll be able to push out those changes and the customer won't have to do anything. They won't have to update the app in the App Store or any of that, which is, again, so powerful. And if you think about some other countries, let's say you're in Europe or another region of the world where you don't have LTE downloading speeds, downloading a mobile app with 2G or 3G, maybe you have 3 or 2 bars, can really take 3 to 4 minutes. And with this, it's just instant. And that's why it's so incredible. And so how do you publish a progressive web app? It's pretty simple. It literally couldn't be any easier. So one thing I want to make clear is that any app that you've created, you already have a progressive web app version built. So you can begin playing around with that today. And all you have to do is go to the publish section for any app that you've built and select mobile web. And then once you enter your email address, you'll receive an email with a URL where you can start playing with your progressive web application and testing it and really understanding that there's a lot of potential behind this technology. And then we also include a redirection script where you can add to any business's website and also a QR code that you can scan or add to marketing material for people to scan and instantly have access to the progressive web app. And publishing is instantaneous. So when you click publish, it's already live. It's that simple. It takes 5 seconds. It doesn't take a week. It doesn't take a few hours. You don't have to worry about having your screenshots in line. All you really need is your app built, and that's it. No app description needed. All of that publishing items that are required on the publish page don't apply to Progressive Web because these are apps that live outside of the App Store and go beyond the App Store. Thanks, everyone.